Hello, and welcome to He Lived, Heaven's live video devotional. If you're having any trouble with your devotional life, or maybe you want to start a new one, perhaps you just want to hear a word for the day, then tune in. Don't forget to bring your Bibles, and let's get right into it. So we're going to be a little different tonight. Tonight we have two words in the street. And so the first word in the street is taken from John chapter 15, verse 13. All right, this is John 15:13. This is the first one for the night. And the word on the street says, "Greater love has no one than this, that he laid down his life for his friends." Cool. So you guys know that, I love TV. I have to admit it. I'm into TV, but my biggest thing is movies. I look at movies the way people read books. I try to read into it and I try to see what the real meaning was. And one of the things I see in a lot of movies is this whole concept of sacrificing your life for somebody else. There's always movies where someone jumps in front of a bullet for somebody else. It's like Old School with The Bodyguard. He ran in front of Whitney Houston and took the bullet for her and, saved her life. And there are different movies that do this all the time, and these people don't just risk their lives for anyone, but it's someone that they love or someone that's really close to them. It's a family member, a wife, a brother, or even a best friend, but they risk their lives so this person can live. And so I see all the time, and it's great. And I think that there are some friends that even I have that I would die for in a second. I've always thought about this. I'm like, you know what? They're so close to me that if something came down, even I would jump in front of a bullet for them. And I've always said that I would give my life for people because Jesus said that there's no greater love than to lay down your life for your brothers. I mean, there is nothing beyond sacrificing yourself for someone else to live. But the hard part is not dying or sacrificing yourself for someone to live, but rather to live your life for that person. I mean, imagine instead of just dying, you wouldn't be good dead, but instead you'd have to wake up every day and live for that person and love them and care for them and do things for them while you're living. I mean, it would be a lot more challenging. What would you do for a friend? Or rather, what would you do for Jesus? And that brings me to the second word in the street. So we're going to jump on over. We're going to Romans chapter 12, verse 1. I'm going to try to find it myself. Romans 12, verse 1. Word on the street tonight, for the second time, says, "Therefore I urge you, brothers, in view of God's mercy, to offer your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and pleasing to God. This is your spiritual act of worship." So there you have it. On one hand, it says there's no greater love than to lay down your life for your brother, sacrifice. And on the next hand, it says present your bodies as a living sacrifice. And so it's not just a sacrifice to say, well, I'll die for this person, it will be good, but rather it's to live your life for this person. Live your life for Jesus Christ. Not because you have to, but because God has been good to you. He's given you life. Have a good night, and I'll see you again tomorrow at 10 p.m. Oh, I've got to turn off, right?